Life isn't everything song for Guy. I wonder if you recognise that. I'm not very good at the piano now, but my wife has kindly bought me this beautiful keyboard for my 60th birthday. And I've got a mad project going on. I have rediscovered my passion for music, the Impressionist era, the Russian composers, the dissonance of some of them. I've found unknown composers to me, Charles Griffiths being one, Grace Williams, and a lot, pupil of Beethoven and so on, quite a few. And I'm inspired by it. I look at their scores, I listen to the music, I borrow. I can't remember exactly where I've borrowed from half the time once I've composed something, but I've started composing music again. And somebody who's helped me in this is Nadia Weintraub. I think that's how you pronounce it. Apologies, Nadia, a concert pianist in Israel, lives in Belgium as well. And she just stuck a Rode mic over her piano and recorded some of these pieces in COVID times. Not all of them, there wasn't time to do that, but she has helped me enormously to rediscover what's possible, what's improbable, what can be done, what's too difficult in the time allowed and so on, things like that. So thank you, Nadia. I don't think I'd have got this far with this project without you. But what I've done first of all is composed 9 pieces of music. I'm intending to compose up to 60 by my 63rd birthday, which is why it's called COVID 60, and they're what's called tone poems. It's about somebody or about a situation or something they like or something they do. And these are dedicated to the people who mean the most to me at this moment in time and always will. And these are in no particular order, but the first one is dedicated to Alejo, my son-in-law. It's called The Mathematician. And it's about somebody who has a problem. They're faced with this problem and they're tackling it. And then in the middle of the piece, because Alejo is from Colombia, I combine into it an arrangement I've done of a famous Colombian song, and it goes along at a pace. And then they reach the resolution of their problem. That's the first one. Second one, to my grandchildren playing in the snow earlier this year. The snow falling, them playing and laughing and building a snowman in the snow, evoking perhaps memories of your own childhood, but that's dedicated to 2 of my grandchildren. Morning fishing is the third one. I've gone fishing for many years, and I've gone fishing with my son Sam, so this is dedicated to him. All those times we've had together, and you wake up on a spring morning, it's been raining in the night, and there are raindrops falling into the lake, and the lake starts to come to life, and then a carp takes your bait, and the bite alarm goes off, and the left hand of the piano is the winding of the reel, and the right hand is the carp trying to evade capture and get away from the angler. But that's dedicated to Sam, my son. The next piece is the most important that I've composed, and Nadia did record this one, and she said that she absolutely loved it, which was quite flattering when you consider that my skills at GCE SE or GCE O-level music were not brilliant, but she absolutely loves this. And that and Morning Fishing are really emanating from my admiration from Debussy and a couple of other composers. But this is about how we met and how we got together, some of the ups and downs of our life, yet love endures till death do us part. But that's for Helen, who's kept with me for over 35 years. The next piece is called The Artist. It's for my daughter Alison, who is artistic and creative. She creates things out of material, out of things that people would throw away. She is amazing and does some beautiful paintings for her kids' bedrooms recently of animals and so on. They're amazing. So this piece is about the artist coming to a blank canvas and nervously starting off, and then passionately filling in details, and then finishing the painting with a flourish. All these pieces are quite short to give people accessibility to more classical music who don't normally listen to it, so it won't bore you. You know, they're between a couple of minutes to 3 minutes long, each one. I hope you do enjoy them. But that one is for Alison. Next one is the dancers. We go back to South America, and I know that the tango is not from Colombia, it's from Argentina. But this is for two of my other grandchildren, who are the daughter and son of Alejo from Colombia, and we get the South American vibe again, and a sort of tango beat going on of children dancing and then tiring in the parents' arms. The next piece is for a lady who's come into our lives, and it's my daughter-in-law, our daughter-in-law Heather, who's studying to be a lawyer. And anyone who's studied for an exam knows what it's like. As the exam gets closer, the clock seems to be ticking away. You get tired, you get frustrated. Then the day of the exam comes, and then you think you're doing quite well, and then you've got to answer all the questions, and you might be running out of time. All of that is within this piece of music for Heather. Amazing lady. Next one is for our eldest child, my eldest child, Gemma, who is no longer formally a teacher, and she may not see the relevance to this, but she was a teacher. And I remember the day very clearly when we dropped her at university to study to become a teacher, and how I was in tears afterwards. And I would say she's still a teacher. She's a teacher to her children. She's not marking books, as this piece expresses, but she knows what that's like. And that foundation of learning how to be a teacher and how to teach and befriend children and care about kids has shaped her in being a mom, a great mom, and that she's now a kids pastor at a church teaching the gospel at a young age. That's for Gemma. And then the final piece is The Preacher, which is for Danny, amazing son-in-law Danny, who's vicar over in Loudwater. And this is about a preacher who's quite calm, sits down, got some ideas coming in their head for a sermon and a talk. And then the ideas start coming and flowing and racing. You've got to separate out the bad ideas and the good ideas. And then the day of the sermon comes and you preach, and the congregation are entertained, and see if you can spot my sort of borrowing from Scott Joplin of a famous piece of music. But underneath that top line is the second harmony in that of Once in Royal Davis City. So it signifies there's an importance, a holiness to this message of that might be entertaining and accessible, but there's an important message within it. And then there's an expectation for your hearts to be touched at the end, and the preacher asking for a response, and then it ends quite quietly. So that's really the first 9 of these COVID-60 tone poems. Hope you enjoy them. You can learn more on my website, TL Media, tlmedia.online. And if you do know me and I know you, you never know. In the next year, 2-3 years, I may be writing to you to look on this channel and just check out a piece of music that might be dedicated to something you do or about you. So I hope you enjoy them and have a great day. And remember to discover whether life is everything or not. Cheers.